Hi, I am Dr. Ravi Tiwari and I am going to talk about carbohydrates. This session covers introduction to carbohydrates, classification of carbohydrates, monosaccharides that is glucose, fructose and their reactions, configuration of aldose, cyclic structures of D-glucose, mutarotations and conformations. So here we go with the first component, that is introduction to carbohydrates. Now let us start with the general introduction about carbohydrates. When I say word carbohydrate, you might think about the starch found in the bread or maybe in the pasta. Simply it means sugar, which are building blocks upon which most carbohydrates are made. Now carbohydrates, apart from providing energy, they also provide structural support. For example, cellulose, which are found in plants, are polysaccharides. Now another example is chitin, found in the exoskeleton of insects, the hard and tough external coat on the insects. In science, sugars are called as saccharides. A single unit of sugar is known as monosaccharides. Example is glucose. While two sugar units joined together are called disaccharides. Its common example is table sugar, that is sucrose, that is composed of one glucose and one fructose molecule. If we have 3 to 10 sugar molecules joined together, they are called as oligosaccharides. More than 10 sugar molecules connected to each other are called as polysaccharides. Example is glycogen, that is stored in liver. Basically, the empirical formula of carbohydrate is CH2O and the ratio of carbon to hydrogen to oxygen is 1:2:1. That is twice the number of hydrogen as compared to carbon and oxygen. So considering this formula, they are called as carbo, that is carbon plus hydrate, water, altogether known as carbohydrates. Moreover, we can say that carbohydrates are the most abundant organic molecule in the nature. It will be interesting to note that the functions of carbohydrates in the living system. They participate in the wide range of functions. They are most abundant dietary sources of energy. For all organisms, carbohydrates are the precursors for many organic components like fats and amino acids. Carbohydrates participates in the structure of cell membrane and the cellular functions such as cell growth, adhesion, fertilization, etc. They are the structural components of many organisms. Example, cellulose of plant, cell wall of microorganisms, etc. Carbohydrates also serves as storage form of energy. For example, glycogen in the liver to meet the immediate energy demands. Now let us see classification of carbohydrate. After having brief idea about the carbohydrates, its functions, let's move ahead to understand the classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are classified into three major groups: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Let us see all of these one by one. Monosaccharides, general formula is C6H12O6. Monosaccharides are the simplest form that cannot be hydrolyzed further into smaller units. If we look at simple monosaccharide, it has 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens and 6 oxygens, that is C6H12O6. The simplest sugar upon which the life built upon is glucose. You can see lot of oxygen around the glucose molecule. All these hydroxyl groups makes sugar readily dissolved in water. So glucose is used in cellular respiration and it is produced in plant by photosynthesis. Hence are called as building blocks. There are another monosaccharides as well, such as fructose composed of 5-membered ring and it is more sweeter than glucose. Hence it is found in fruits. The next one is galactose. It is less sweet than glucose. These are the three basic monosaccharides and the common property of all these are they all can readily move into the systemic circulation, that is in the blood circulation. You can see the structure of glucose, fructose and galactose on your screen. Moving on to the disaccharides. Disaccharides general formula is C12H24O12. Here all elements are exactly double in number as compared to glucose. Now what disaccharide means? Disaccharide means two sugar molecules attached together. Example, table sugar, that is sucrose. It is a glucose molecule attached to fructose. In the body, the enzyme sucrase break it down into respective monosaccharide before it is actually used by the body. Milk sugar lactose is another example of disaccharide composed of glucose and galactose chemically bonded together, and the enzyme lactase break it down to its respective monomers. The term lactose intolerance means that you have less amount of lactase to break down the lactose. Moving on to oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides general formula C24H48O24. Oligosaccharides can be 3 to 10 different sugars molecules. They play an important role in the production of glycoproteins and glycolipids in the cell membrane, which in turn is important in attaching to the extracellular matrix, identifying types of cells, etc. Carrot is the best example and the source of oligosaccharides. Here you can see the location and general structure of oligosaccharide in the cell membrane. Now let us see polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, they are higher molecular weight polymers containing more than 10 monosaccharides. They are either linear or branch in structure. When we talk about starch, starch is composed of hundreds of these glucose molecules attached. Now, the point is why plant make these large molecules. They store energy in starch molecules so that they can use it by breaking it down into the individual monosaccharides. We also store glycogen in liver and break it down into monosaccharides whenever energy is needed. Polysaccharides are further classified based on a kind of monosaccharide present, as maybe homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Now, homopolysaccharides are made from a single kind of monosaccharides. Example, starch, cellulose, glycogen, chitin, etc. Heteropolysaccharides are made up of more than one type of monosaccharides. Example is hemicellulose, mucopolysaccharides, chondroitin sulfate, hyaluronic acid, heparin, keratin sulfate, etc. Functional aspects such as storage and structural polysaccharides. Storage polysaccharides are starch, glycogen, inulin, galactomannan, etc. Structural polysaccharides are cellulose, chitin, hemicellulose, etc. Now moving on to next part, that is monosaccharides, glucose, fructose and their reactions. Monosaccharides are the simplest form of carbohydrates. They consist of one sugar and are usually colorless, water soluble, crystalline solids. Some monosaccharides have a sweet taste. Example, monosaccharides includes glucose, that is dextrose, fructose, galactose and ribose. Monosaccharides are the building blocks of disaccharides like sucrose, common sugar, and the polysaccharides such as cellulose and starch. In the previous slide, we saw the structure of few important monosaccharides. Now, we will see glucose and fructose. Glucose is a carbohydrate and is the most important simple sugar in human metabolism. Glucose is called a simple sugar or monosaccharide because it is one of the simplest unit which has the characteristics of its class of carbohydrate. Glucose is also sometimes called dextrose, a dextrorotatory form of glucose. Glucose is one of the primary molecule which serves as energy source for plant and animals. It is found in the sap of plant and is found in the human bloodstream, where it is referred to as blood sugar. The normal concentration of glucose in the blood is about 0.1%, but it sometimes much higher in persons suffering from diabetes. When oxidized in the body, in the process called metabolism, glucose produces carbon dioxide, water and some nitrogen compounds, and this process provides energy which can be used by the cells. The energy yield is about 686 kilocalories, that is 2870 kilojoules per molecule, which can be used to do work or help keep the body warm. As a primary energy source in the body, it requires no digestion and is often provided intravenously to persons in hospitals as a nutrient. Energy from glucose is obtained from the oxidation reaction. Now here on the screen you can see the reaction. When glucose undergoes oxidation, it forms 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water, where a molecule of glucose, about 180 grams, react with 6 molecules of oxygen with an energy yield is about 2870 kilojoules. But in living organism, the oxidation of glucose contributes to a series of complex biochemical reactions which provides the energy needed by cells. Glucose is manufactured by plants with the aid of energy from sun in the process called photosynthesis. This synthesis is carried out in small energy factories called chloroplast in plant leaves. The chloroplast capture energy from light and fabricates glucose. Molecules from carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil. Fructose is a carbohydrate and is simple sugar found in fruits. It is often called just fruit sugar. Fructose is called as simple sugar and or a monosaccharide because it is one of the simplest unit which has the characteristics of this class of carbohydrates. Fructose is also found in honey. It is classified as sweetest of all the sugars. Both these sugars, glucose and fructose, have the same molecular formula, that is C6H12O6, but have different structures. Each is a carbohydrate which can be considered to be the combination of 6 water molecules and 6 carbon dioxide molecules with the yield of 6 oxygen molecules. They are classified differently as hydrocarbon derivatives, glucose being classified as an aldehyde or fructose being as ketone. The sugar differs in the bound environment of the oxygen atom in the sugar. The differences in the functional group can be seen more clearly in the linear form. Now we will see some reactions of glucose and fructose. Emil Fischer made use of several key reactions in the course of his carbohydrate studies. The first reaction is oxidation. Sugar may be classified as reducing or non-reducing. This is based on their reactivity with Tollens, Benedict or Fellings reagents. If sugar is oxidized by these reagents, it is called reducing, since the oxidant, that is silver, Ag positive, or copper, that is Cu di positive, is reduced in the reaction. The Tollens test is commonly used to detect the aldehyde functional group. When the aldehyde functional group of an aldose is oxidized to a carboxylic acid, the product is called an aldonic acid. If both ends of the aldose chain are oxidized to carboxylic acid, the product is called aldaric acid. By converting an aldose to its corresponding aldaric acid derivatives, the end of the chain becomes identical. Such an operation will disclose any latent symmetry in the remaining molecule. Thus, ribose, xylose, allose and galactose yield achiral aldaric acid, which are of course not optically active. For your ready reference, you can observe the reactions shown on the screen. Now see a reduction reaction. Sodium borohydride reduction of an aldose makes the end of the resulting alditol chain identical, that is OHCH2 CHOH, thereby accomplishing the same configurational change produced by the oxidation of an aldaric acid. Osazone formation. The osazone reaction was developed and used by Emil Fischer to identify aldose sugar differing in configuration at the alpha carbon. The reaction shows the general form of osazone reaction, which effects an alpha carbon oxidation with the formation of bisphenyl hydrazone known as an osazone. Application of osazone reaction to D-glucose and D-mannose demonstrate that these compounds differ in configuration at C2 carbon number 2. Now next we are going to see the configuration of aldose. And aldose is a monosaccharide, a simple sugar that contains only one aldehyde, CHO group per molecule. The chemical formula takes the form CnH2O by N. The simplest possible aldose is the diose glycosaldehyde, that is OHCH2CHO, which only contains 2 carbon atoms. Aldose with 3 or more carbon atom exhibit stereoisomerism. Aldose containing stereogenic centers which can exist in either a D or L form. The determination is made based upon the chirality of the penultimate carbon, that is the second farthest from the aldehyde, where alcohol group on the right of the Fischer projection results in D-aldose and the epimer with alcohol on the left results into L-aldose. Biological system tends to recognize D-aldose more than L-aldose. And aldose differs from a ketose in that it has a carbonyl group at the end of the carbon chain instead of in the middle. Moving on to module number 5, that is cyclic structures of D-glucose. In solutions, the open chain form of glucose, either D or L form, exist in equilibrium with the several cyclic isomers, each containing a ring of carbon closed by one oxygen atom. In aqueous solution, more than 99% of glucose molecule at any given time exist as pyranose. The open chain form is limited to about 0.25% and furanose exists in negligible amount. The ring arises from the open chain form by a nucleophilic addition reaction between aldehyde group and at C1 and the hydroxyl group OH at C4 or C5. This yields a hemiacetal group. The reaction between C1 and C5 creates a molecule with a 6-member ring called pyranose. The much rarer reaction between C1 and C4 creates a molecule with a 5-member ring, that is furanose. In either case, each carbon in the ring has one hydrogen and one hydroxyl attached except for the last carbon, that is C4 and C5 carbon, where hydroxyl group is replaced by remainder of the open molecule. The ring closing reaction makes carbon 1 C1 chiral since its 4 bonds leads to, that is H, OH, carbon of the C2 and the ring oxygen. These 4 parts of the molecule may be arranged around C1, the anomeric carbon, in the 2 distinct ways designated by prefix, that is alpha or beta. When the glucopyranose molecule is drawn in the Howard projection, the designation alpha means that the hydroxyl group is attached to the C1 and CH2OH group at C5. Both these two lies on opposite sides of the ring plane, a trans arrangement, while beta means that they are on the same side of the plane, that is cis configuration, cis arrangement. Therefore, the open chain isomer D-glucose gives rise to 4 distinct cyclic isomers. They are alpha D-glucopyranose, beta D-glucopyranose, alpha D-glucofuranose and beta D-glucofuranose. These are all chiral. You can see all these structures on your screen. When a straight chain monosaccharide forms a cyclic structure, the carbonyl oxygen atom may be pushed either up or down, giving rise to 2 stereoisomers. The OH group on the first carbon atom projected downwards represents what is called the alpha form, while the OH group on the first carbon atom pointed upward is the beta form. These 2 stereoisomers of the cyclic monosaccharides are known as anomers. They differ in structure around the anomeric carbon. That is, the carbon atom that was the carbonyl carbon atom in the straight chain form. Now here we will move ahead onto the mutarotation and conformations. In an aqueous solution, monosaccharides exist as an equilibrium mixture of three forms. The interconversion between the form is known as mutarotation, which is shown for D-glucose and D-fructose on the screen. It is possible to obtain a sample of crystalline glucose in which all the molecules have the alpha structure or all have the beta structures. The alpha form melts at 146 degrees Celsius and has a specific rotation of plus 112 degrees, while the beta form melts at around 150 degrees Celsius and has a specific rotation of plus 18.7 degrees. When the sample is dissolved in water, a mixture is soon produced containing both anomers as well as the straight chain form in dynamic equilibrium. You can start with a pure crystalline sample of glucose consisting entirely of either anomers, but as soon as the molecule dissolves in water, they open to form carbonyl group and then reclose to form either the alpha or the beta anomer. The opening and closing repeats continuously in an ongoing interconversion between anomeric forms and is referred to as mutarotation. It is a Latin word mutare, meaning is to change. At equilibrium, the mixture consists of about 36% alpha D-glucose, 64% beta D-glucose and less than 0.02% of open chain aldehyde form. On a whole, conclusion is, with all these information, here we come to the end of today's lecture. Carbohydrates are complex biochemical structures that serve vital functions in the human body. Composed of a building block of sugar, they are the main sources of energy for the body. There are many types of carbohydrates. One or more sugar will link together to form carbohydrates of different types. Complex carbohydrates consist of thousands of repeating sugar units and are the major constituents of starch. Nucleotides such as DNA are also composed of carbohydrates. Earlier, the name carbohydrate was used in chemistry for any compound with the formula CnH2O by N. Following this definition, some chemists considered formaldehyde CH2O to be the simplest carbohydrate, while others claim that title for glucosaldehyde. Today, the term is generally understood in the biochemistry sense, which excludes compounds with only one or two carbons. Natural saccharides are generally built of simple carbohydrates called monosaccharides with general formula CH2O by N, where N is 3 or more. A typical monosaccharide has the structure shown on your screen, that is an aldehyde or ketone with many hydroxyl groups added. Usually one of these carbon atoms that is not part of the aldehyde or ketone functional group. Examples of monosaccharides are glucose, fructose, glyceraldehyde. However, some biological substances commonly called monosaccharides do not conform to this formula. Example, uronic acids and dexo sugars such as fructose. And there are many chemicals that do conform to this formula but are not considered to be monosaccharides. Example, formaldehyde, CH2O and inositol, CH2O by 6. The open chain form of a monosaccharide often coexist with the heterocyclic compounds, close ring forms where the aldehyde or ketone carbon groups and hydroxyl groups react forming the hemiacetal with a new COC bridge. Monosaccharides can be linked together into what are called polysaccharides or oligosaccharides in a large variety of ways. Many carbohydrates contain one or more modified monosaccharide units that had one or more groups replaced or removed. For example, deoxyribose, a component of DNA, is a modified version of ribose. Chitin is composed of repeating units of N-acetyl glucosamine, a nitrogen containing form of glucose. So, do keep in mind what we discussed today. It's time for you all to do some self-studies. This is Dr. Ravi Tiwari signing off. Keep studying and goodbye.